Hello everybody and welcome back to Ozymandias, Conquest of the Outer Planets. We are in orbit around Slate, the biggest moons of the ring planet Sarnus. And yeah, we have brought the lander out of the cargo bay. Rosny Kerman, the brave scientist that will get down to the surface of the moon, is already on board, and we're checking if all the tanks are full. So yeah, this is going to be a very difficult landing and an even more difficult return. Well, actually, I think the landing is more difficult because you really have to use fuel the entire way to get down to the surface. There is no atmosphere that you can use to brake or to reduce your speed at all. In addition to that, Slate has about the same gravity as Tylo, and if you know Tylo, then you know Tylo is no joke, and neither is Slate. So yeah, I'm betting this won't be as easy as I hoped it would be, but I'm going to try nevertheless. I'm setting a maneuver node so I can start my deorbit burn, and it's probably a bad idea to do it with this kind of trajectory, but I'm gonna try anyway. I should have enough delta V. So yeah, we're almost at our deceleration burn maneuver node, so just doing some quick science near orbit of Slate. And we're doing our science. Rosny is collecting everything and resetting everything. Yes, that's a good girl. And now, fire it up! So we are decelerating. The mighty 3 aerospikes are firing as powerful as they can, dropping some of the tanks, which are now of course empty. Some more fuel being burned. And yeah, we're heading down. Look at that ragged edge over there. Wow, well, would be giving us a boost heading up towards orbit again, but it would be a pain in the behind. Whoa! Yeah, physical time acceleration and the SAS autopilot sometimes don't mix, and the result, yeah. So, again! Yeah. Of course I had to try again. Well, this is after all an important mission, and we want to gather as much science as we can from the moons and planets of the outer planets. And we have dropped our final stage. Well, we didn't drop the stage, we are on our final stage. We dropped the final piece of equipment that we want to drop. And we're heading down. I should be leaving about 2,500 meters per second of delta V in the tank, so I can get back up into orbit, but I'm guessing that this does not happen this time. Yeah. So I'm gonna land, and I'm landing right here. No, that's not good. Okay, maybe I can get that back up right. Okay, the flippers aren't working. Yes, those are air brakes. I wanted to use them when I entered Tecto, but maybe I can use them to help me get back up, but this does not look good, and probably Slate's gravity is too high for maneuvers like that. Yeah, and RCS doesn't help either. Oh, almost, no. Again! Yeah. Thank God for quick save, or thank Squad, the developers of Kerbal space program. And I exploded inside the surface. Interesting. again. Okay, now, enough with the shenanigans. This is my final approach. If this does not work, we have to abandon Slate because we have a slew of other planets and moons on our Slate. Ha ha, pun intended. Oh yeah, I'm really bad with those jokes. So we're heading down. Ooh, this is going to be dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Rosny is happy, but I'm not. And tipping. No, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip, don't tip. Don't tip. I'm going to have to activate my RCS. Well, that will reduce my capabilities of returning to the cargo bay, but I have to be stable. So we're safe on the surface of Slate. Great, now do some quick science before our electricity runs out. Whoa, did you see that? Sarnas in the background. Beautiful. Ozzy at Slate. Ozzy, of course, short for Ozymandias. Who would have guessed? And yeah, before our electricity runs out, we're gonna head back to the orbit. Well, at least we want to head back to orbit. I really hope I have enough Delta V left for that. Okay, how much do I need? How much do I need? What does my no? This is probably not enough. Yeah, I'm out. So, what do we do now? Okay. Well, I do have that backpack. Maybe if I give that thing a little push. Let's see, I'm going to use half my EVA fuel and see what happens. Not enough. So I'm heading out on my own. Rosny has collected all the science that she can from the lander, which is now doomed. And she is in almost a safe orbit. Let's see how high we can get up here. Okay, just passing on the night side. Don't be afraid, little Kerbal. Just some space. You have to float for a few hours. Look at that. Beautiful. And just head towards it. Of course, there aren't any pointers, but with a little bit of practice, you could actually maneuver quite well with those EVA suits. So yeah, Rosny enjoys the view, so the rest of the task is up to the crew of the Ozymandias, of course, because they have to get their girl back. So we're switching to the big cruiser, which is not so big if you know my other vehicles. And we already have set up some maneuver nodes, and we're going to do some burns to make sure that Rosny does not stay in space too long. I'm guessing it's about, well, 5 or 6 hours. If it were real time that Rosny would have to stay in orbit, that is survivable. I think there have been EVA missions on the International Space Station that went quite longer than that. So those spacesuits are really high-tech nowadays. And look at that. Beautiful sunrise above the rings of Sarnas. That outer planets mod really is something, isn't it? So we have to do some burns, and we have to do some adjustments to our planes and to our inclination and whatnot. And of course eccentricity. I'm going to skip ahead for that because it's really boring to watch any other KSP YouTuber doing KSP videos. Please skip ahead or time warp or something through your maneuver node things, because they are, well, boring to watch. Sorry to say that, but that's how it is. And here she is, Rosny! Hello, old girl. How are you doing? Still got some air left? Don't worry, we're coming to get you. Unless we of course crash into you and then you're dead. But no, we won't let that happen now, shall we? So some final adjustments. And we're already in the sunny side, which is good, so you can see a lot more than if this were a nighttime rendezvous. So just some stabilizing, and now Rosny can get back to her friends or relatives. Well, they are all called Kerman. Deliver the science. Oh, she should deliver it to the science lab, of course. Rosny, all that time in space has made you a little bit bad with your memory, hasn't it? So now, what shall we do? We have to get away from Slate, of course. So we're going to set another node and escape from that big bad monster. An Elo encounter. Well, Elo could work with the powers of the Ozymandias, but I'm a bit scared, to be honest, to lose the entire ship if this does not work. And I don't have that much Delta V left, so this is going to be a little bit difficult. So yeah, we're going to warp forward and burn away from Slate. Goodbye, you big beige monster. It's really big. I think it's almost as big as Kerbal. So yeah, now we are at the conundrum. We don't have a lander and we have a lot of planets left. What will happen? Find out in the next episodes. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.